Hello and welcome back to the Making the Radio Cut blog. I'm Michelle, and this week we have part 2 of our interview with Jason Knight, who will be starting his new gig in Morgantown, West Virginia after the holidays. Where do you see radio 5 years from now?
I see it stronger than what it has been, honestly. I mean, we're in a recession, and we're going to be there for quite some time. And, last year the industry took a hit. I mean, Clear Channel was laying off people. Cumulus was laying off people. You had a lot of these media companies that were just laying people off left and right. And I think that I see a light at the end of the tunnel. I see that it's going to be, we have to adapt to become more than just like, here, we play music, we're a radio station. We got to be more interactive. I can see radio being more of a content provider for people instead of just an outlet for music. We're going to have to be more involved with the internet because we're getting our butt kicked by the internet right now. And so I think we're just going to have to be more aware of the technology, the newer technology that's out there, and use the industry has to use it to its advantage.
What advice would you have for someone like me who's just starting out in radio?
Network like crazy. I mean, even if you, like I mentioned a few minutes ago about not knowing some of these program directors that I'm impressed with, or that I don't want to say follow, but I would say the biggest thing you could do is network with everybody. Find out their Facebooks, find out their MySpaces, their Twitters, and send your stuff out to people because you never know what's going to happen. I mean, you may land a gig in a bigger market and be where you want to be, but only be there 6 months. Well, there may be a situation where someone else has heard about this, and they give you a call because you sent them your stuff. But just network and stay connected with people would be like the biggest advice I have. And that's pretty much it as far as that goes, as far as that's concerned.
Okay, now I have fun bonus questions.
Okay.
Since 2009 is almost over, what was your favorite song of the year?
Favorite song of the year in 2009? Ooh.
I know that's hard for radio people to pick.
Yeah, because, you ask me that, it changes every few days or every couple of weeks. Favorite song in 2009? I don't know. I would have to say, like Boom Boom Pow, Black Eyed Peas. That's just a fun song. I actually heard it earlier, running out to grab some lunch. And it was like one of those that, yes, it was overplayed. Yes, it drove you crazy because you heard it 14 times a day, even if you're a jock and you're on the air and like, oh, I'm so done with this song. I think it's one of those that every time you hear it, you're going to turn it up because it's one of those, you can dance along to it, you can sing along to it. It makes absolutely no sense lyrically, but it's just it's one of those songs like you just have fun to it and turn it up. I think Party in the USA by Miley, not one of my favorites, but it's going to be one of those songs. Every time I'm doing a remote or I'm somewhere where there's a lot of females in attendance, every time that song comes on, they've got their hands up. They're moving their head like, yeah. They're shaking their... So, I mean... yeah, definitely. I'd definitely say Black Eyed Peas, Boom Boom Pow as my favorite for the year.
Okay, say you're 6 months into your new gig, and then you win the lottery, and your boss is on the phone. What's the first thing you say to him?
I'd probably take him to lunch, and that's a good question. Definitely go to lunch and have some kind of conversation about, seeing if, man, I don't even know. I definitely would not quit my job because I'm one of these people who I like to stay busy. I like to have something to do. I can't just, I love my downtime when I have it, but I can't sit still for more than a half hour without wanting something to do or trying to be productive. So I would keep my job because I love what I do. So it wouldn't be like one of these, yeah, I just won a lottery, see ya. Good luck finding, my replacement. I have no idea what I mean. That would probably be the conversation I would say, like, dude, look, I just won the lottery, but I'm not going anywhere. Don't worry. But I'd like to take some extra vacation time if it's all right. There's this place called Hawaii I've never been to. I'd like to check that out. Or maybe I backpack to Europe or something like that. Do a little traveling for a month. Can I take a month off or something and go do something like that? But, and then the rest of the money would just go into investing stuff or whatever, making sure I'm set for, because I can go out and I can blow $1 million in a week. It's not that hard.
And one last thing, you have been immortalized in our Titan Radio manual here, and I didn't realize it was you till a couple weeks ago. There are guidelines for contesting on this station. And
Nice.
It talked about the $100,000 candy bar. And I just now made the connection.
To haunt me in the store or a gas station or something, and just looking around the candy aisle, pick something up or whatever, and the $100,000 box always stares me down. It's like we're like an old Western movie,
Yeah.
We got that face down, that stare down, or that face off. Who's going to pull the trigger first kind of deal. And I usually end up moving the box and putting it into another section of the store so I don't have to look at it. But no, I mean, it certainly hasn't fazed me as far as me getting other opportunities in radio. I just got out of college. It was my first big solo opportunity to move outside of my Midwest bubble and do something with a new station. We were thinking about we're a brand new top 40 in town, going up against a 100,000-watt heritage station, which is hard to do if you're the new guy. And PD and I were just discussing things that maybe we could do to get noticed. And I came up with this idea. I didn't really come up with it because it's been done before many times. It just hadn't been done the way I did it, which should have staged it, should have had a friend call and get angry about winning a $100,000 candy bar. But in fact, that didn't happen. I was still a little green at the time. And it's a situation where you let the wrong person win on something. I think some of us have been there. It's like, even if you're giving away movie passes or something like that during your afternoon show or something, and someone's really bitchy to you on the phone, you're like, I don't want this person to win, but it's a done deal. They were the designated caller. You can't go back and change it, and that's kind of what happened, unfortunately, in that situation. Was she called up, I couldn't take it back, and she, got very angry about it and threatened to file a lawsuit, and so, I lost my job over it. But like I said, I mean, it hasn't. Hey, if I'm in broadcasting manuals about how not to do contesting, I like to say it's a little infamous on my part, but it hasn't really set me back as far as because I get asked about that in every interview I've had since then. Like, oh yeah, you're the $100,000 guy. It's like, yeah, $100,000 guy has matured and has learned since then what to do and what not to do, how to set up things, and how to make things. Sorry, dogs need it out. How to get things to jump off the right way and not make the same mistake again.